What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Season 1, Episode 5, Schooner or Later. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Make sure you like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm, okay? So yes, I wanted to say just a few things. So I guess y'all can skip to the 2 minute mark. 2 minute mark. I'll start there. First, I wanted to tell y'all that my Healing Out Loud segment, episode 6, I think, with myself and my cousin Courtney, we will be back next month and we'll be talking about the lyrics in some of the songs. The second thing I wanted to say, shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to the people that have been here. I appreciate y'all, and the new people, I hope y'all like my content. Third, I wanted to tell y'all that I wanted to venture into documentaries, but because I'm so busy, I have to make the time for it. And I wanted to do like a deep dive on the 90210 characters, just something I came up with in my head. Last but not least, I really wanted to just express my appreciation to all of my fellow content creators, as Miss Sandra P. Gen Extra will call us. You guys are amazing. And I just want y'all to know, like, even if I'm sitting in y'all bushes, a lot of times I'm always watching y'all comments. Not y'all comments. I'm always watching y'all videos. Y'all have no idea how inspiring you guys are to me. So from me to y'all, shout out to y'all, and thank y'all so much. Yes. Okay. So 2 minute mark. All right. Rhode Island. Okay. So Rosie gets a call from her friend Anthony, who's throwing a surprise party for for Jack at I think it's gonna be on a boat called the Aurora Schooner. And he wants to invite her, and he also wants to invite the other ladies. And I was like, we've never seen that before, but okay, we are now seeing things on these housewife shows that we've never that they would never do in the past. But you know what? That was the past. We are here now. Anyway, Joellen and Liz are meeting up at Alicia's house, and Joellen gets there first. And we found out that she lost her grandfather, and she talked about how good of a man he is. And, before he passed, she was able to FaceTime him because she wasn't able to get to him. And that made her feel good. Not only that, he was the one who walked her down the aisle when her father passed away. So Liz arrived. And they go out the back. They go out to the back. They go out on the patio to have a conversation, and they talk about the argument that Rosie and Alicia had. Alicia said she was like, "When I see red, I just don't know how to come back." And I was like, "Wait a minute! Didn't you immediately apologize to this woman? Like, didn't y'all immediately hug? It didn't take long." So Liz tell her, ma'am, you do come back, and you come back within seconds, okay? So Joellen asked the ladies if Rosie or Rula had said anything about her, and I'm looking at her like, girl, you are not that important, and you do not live rent-free in these people's head, okay? Ain't nobody checking for you, Otis. You just have to be that self-absorbed, like. Yeah, I was like, okay, Joellen, you was really doing a little bit too much for me, and she was doing too much for me in this episode. But I digress. So Liz tells Joellen, attacking Rula is just basically low hanging fruit, and that Rula is visibly going through it. Liz also says how Rula said, if there is proof, then I need y'all to bring proof. Production rolled back that bean footage and whatnot. And then Liz says, in her confessional, Ruella really doesn't want to know the truth. She knows the truth, but she's not ready to accept what's happening in front of her. She said her biggest thing with Ruella is she wants Ruella to be like, to everybody, listen, I'm going to stand 10 toes down. I'm going to stick beside him, but I also need y'all to mind y'all business. Point blank, period. So then Joella said she feels bad for Rula. She thinks Brian is making a fool of her. She said that she can be empathetic, and Liz tell her, well, your empathy must be, she didn't say it like this, but I'm just paraphrasing. Your empathy has to be way deep down inside because it's just not up here. It's way down there in the basement of hell. I feel like when Joellen said that, I do oftentimes feel like one way or another, she's always trying to let us know that she's an asshole. Like, she always want to let us know how much of a bitch she is. And it's like, are you really though? Or did the right one not come and light your ass up? Because that's what I'm really thinking. Okay. Anyway, Kelsey and Ashley. I love Ashley. I absolutely love Ashley for now. Okay. We're going to see. But Ashley goes over to Kelsey's house to get her hair done. Kelsey has been doing hair and makeup since high school. And then everything started to take off when she got into the pageantry world. And she does good hair. We've seen her. They showed pictures of her hair. So she's done a really good job. She said that she used to be a waitress when she met her boyfriend, and she lived with her parents while she was waitressing. And then she went from her parents' house to that man's house, and she's never had to work after all of this time. I mean, hey, I don't know. So she also said if she decides to leave, then she will have to be self-sufficient. I want to say this. I wish the Kelseys of the world, if this is you, if you know anybody like this, it is great to be pampered and taken care of and sugar babied. Okay? Low key, I want to be a sugar baby, but I am of the millennial, and of the millennial I work. Okay? I have to have my own money. And so, because I need to have my own money, I can take being sugar baby for 3 days tops. Okay, you could just put my money, send it to my account, just send it to me. Okay, send it to me. All right. So anyway, I wish the Kelseys of the world can, instead of being so dependent upon what you're getting from your man or your boyfriend or husband or whatever, that you discover what you want and figure out a way to do things that you want, because most of the time, most people are creative. You may find that you're creative and you can make your own money and have your own hustle. That's all I'm saying. Okay, just have your own hustle. Anyway, Kelsey said her man's adult kids or whatever, they are 3 years younger than her. How old is Kelsey? I don't remember seeing her age. We found out that Ashley is an influencer, and she has a sponsor deal with the Royal Caribbean. Now, shout out to Miss Sandra Peach and Extra. I'm sorry, y'all. She was saying, she mentioned the whole being sponsored, and she was like, man, she spoke her piece like, I wish I was a sponsor. And if you're watching this, shout out to you. I wish that there was sponsorship. If you want it, I feel like it's out there, and I feel like it's gonna attach itself to you. What is that like? Like, I've been doing like little research on sponsorships, but I haven't delved into anything yet. Again, I'm too busy for myself. Okay, so Kelsey, I will say this. Kelsey finished Ashley's hair, and she did an amazing job. Like, her hair was beautiful. So Kelsey tells Ashley about her and Rosie not really meshing, and how she did Rosie's hair once, but Rosie never gave her any credit. She said all she was looking for is support from Rosie. Now, I feel two ways about this conversation, because I can't talk to Rosie. Maybe I'll talk to Ashley. But at the same time, I feel like Kelsey was being messy because Kelsey is probably still pissed off because Rosie kicked everything off by asking Kelsey her personal questions about her personal business and asking about the man she's with or other men that Kelsey is entertaining. This is my thoughts, and I could be reaching, but I just want y'all to hear my thoughts. So I think in turn, she decided to take all of that, whatever her frustration and angst is with with Rosie, she tell it to Ashley. And I feel like you put Ashley in a tough spot, because I don't like when people do that. I don't like when people cause divide and sow seeds of discourse. Like, you're gonna tell, instead of telling the person who did it to you, you're gonna tell her friend instead of talking to the person directly. So you're gonna put her friend in it. I don't, y'all. I have an issue with that. I have a big issue with that. But it's a reality show, so what do we expect? I do feel like what Kelsey did was a little bit calculated, but again, I feel two ways about it. Ashley posts, her hairstyle that Kelsey did, one by herself, and then she put a post with her and Kelsey. And I think that's all Kelsey was looking for Rosie, but I also don't think that Kelsey expressed that to Rosie. Anyway, we're at Jack's birthday party. All of the ladies arrive. Rosie and Ashley have a conversation. And Rosie said this, which I was definitely flabbergasted. And if I missed something, y'all let me know. So Rosie says to Ashley, the girls are always really mean to her. They always have a problem with her, and she's accepted. She gets anxiety because every time she show up with the girls, she feel like she's getting punched in the face, and she's not sure why. Oh, you sure? I in my opinion, and I think most may agree with me. Y'all may agree with me. And if you don't, that is quite all right. But I feel like I was missing something, because I thought Rosie had gotten into it with most of the ladies because she's messy and because she can't keep her mouth closed. I also feel like whenever the ladies confront her or tell her about herself, she turn on her white lady tears, and then she start to act like a victim. And I really want Rosie to learn how to take accountability. I really do. I really, really do. Now, again, because y'all can just let me know if I'm wrong, but Rosie, girl, you messy. Like, you really messy. For you to be like, I don't understand. Karen, girl, okay? Because that's all I was thinking about. I was like, this lady acting like a real Karen. I hope I'm not offending anybody. Anyway, so Kelsey tells Rosie how she's not, all the ladies go over and everybody have a chit chat powwow. Kelsey finally tells Rosie how she's not supportive, but she's supportive of other people. And now Rosie started to cry again, and I'm like, girl, bye. Like, I get that you have soft feelings. I really, really do. I really, really do. But I also feel like you use that to weaponize everybody with it. You want people to be so soft with you, and that's not how that's going to be. Take ownership. Take ownership. When they call you out, you want to cry. Why is that? Why is that? You did not do that. I mean, you was not supportive of Kelsey. You wasn't. You didn't post anything. You do post all the people's stuff. They do come at you because you are messy. Like, you don't see your wrong in it. And that's the problem I'm having. That's the problem I'm having with Rosie. So then we get the scene with Liz and Jerry. She said that she thinks Jerry has had enough of sports fishing. So y'all know he's getting ready to sell that boat. And I was like, something don't feel right. Something don't feel right about this boat and this trip. And I don't know, y'all. I don't presume to know. I just feel like it's cap. Because last week she said that he was selling it he sold it really, really fast. So the question is why? What is happening? What is it that we're missing? So Liz tells Jerry that she was mad that he kept leaving her to go on his boat fishing trips. She started to cry, and I just, sometimes I find a lot of times, all these people on these reality shows, I find their tears to be fake AF. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. I can't. And maybe she meant it, but I don't know. Maybe she needed a scene. That's how I felt. It didn't feel genuine. That's all I'm saying. Because Liz she hadn't been crying. And then all of a sudden, this is the moment after he sold the boat. But I was on her side when she said, she's here for him selling the boat because now he doesn't, he's not going to be gone as much. So that's all. But maybe I'm picky. He said that he's spending more time with his family, his daughter's having a baby. So, all of those things play a part in him selling his boat. Anyway, Rula and Joellen meet. Listen, whenever I see Rula's name, all I want to do is hit that Lauryn Hill when she said, ooh la la la. I just be want to say, ooh la la la. Y'all know I can't sing, but that's all. I just wanted to say that. So if that gets stuck in y'all head, so shall it be. Okay? So Joellen says to Rula that she have an issue with Brian. I don't have an issue with you, but I have an issue with what he's doing to you. Rula tells Joellen that the cheatation isn't going on. Joellen said it is still going on. Rula said she feels like she know her husband. Like, I know my husband very well. She said it's good to know, that you have insight, you have information, because I like to know instead of having a wool being pulled over my eyes. Are you sure? But I'm gonna let you have it, Rula. I'm gonna let you have it. Anyway, Joellen said, she said, but it is. Like, it is still ongoing, and he is still pulling the wool over your eye. So she shows Rula the messages from the mistress between him and Brian. Between her and Brian. Rula says she have to see more, more proof, because the mistress has a fake texting app, and Brian has told her that the mistress is unstable. That's what he's going to tell you, sugar. He's going to tell you that. So you can believe whatever he say, but trust and believe he's still over there playing with her toes. Okay, because he a nasty ass nigga. Okay, I'm trying my best to stay in the confines and not step out of these curse words. But y'all know they've been pissing me off. So anyway, Brian is going to tell you anything, and you're going to believe him because you want his lies to be some sort of truth for you that makes you feel better. You don't have to worry so much, and your nervous system is not out of whack when you hear him lie to you. It is unbelievable. So Rula tells Joellen that she has a GPS tracker and he never slept outside of the house. Joellen tells her that Brian brings the woman coffee every morning. Rula says, but he's in the gym every morning. And I'm like, she can probably meet him at the gym and he bring her coffee at the gym. I mean, and do you sleep that hard to know like if he's gone or not, if he doesn't sleep out or whatever, or it could be, I don't know. He can tell you that he's going out of town for a medical convention and he can be right over there with that lady. I'm just saying. Anyway, Joellen tells Rula that does Brian look like he go to the gym? I was like, oh wow. Really? Like I know you don't like that man like that, but girl, calm down. So Joellen says she don't like to be called a liar. This goes back to her childhood, and so whenever she would be called a liar, she felt like she had to prove, that she's not lying, which this is what she's projecting today. I think that could be a part of your childhood, but I also think you're being messy. I think that you're so focused and fixated on these people that whatever you got going on in your background, you don't want it to be seen, because the loudest one in the room is the one that got the most shit in their closet. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Joellen, you already told her what was happening, so case closed. At this point, Rula choose to be obtuse about her cheating ass husband. Leave it there. Anyway, oh yeah, let me tell y'all, I have another question. The fact that you have two different people, you said the mistress was contacting you, and you also said that a friend of yours knows the mistress and they're contacting you as well. Like, I find all of that a little bit calculating. I feel like you've been holding this information, but I feel like once you got on the show, you wanted to put it out there. That's all. Joellen is really losing me slowly because she's doing way too much for my liking. Anyway, Rosie calls Ashley. Ashley's on a cruise, on her Royal Caribbean cruise. And, this is one of the events that her and Ashley won't be together. They won't be at the polo event. So we'll see how Rosie gets acclimated with the girls while her right hand is gone. So, we get to the restaurant. So everybody's supposed to meet at the restaurant, get on a Sprinter, and drive an hour to the polo event. So I'm looking at Alicia in Bill's restaurant, and y'all know Alicia's name isn't on anything. And I bet you Alicia know Bill's restaurant like the back of her hand. And for him to not give this lady any credit or put any of her name on things, I find that very deplorable, and I wish Alicia could. Yeah, I just find it deplorable. Like, I feel like you're using this lady. That's all. So everybody arrives at the restaurant and they're waiting to get on the shuttle. So Brian and Rula arrives. He conveniently gets a call from his dad because his mom was rushed to the hospital. He said that she was cold and she wasn't feeling good. And I was like, okay, fine. So they leave. They tell everybody that they have to go, and they leave. So it's 45 minutes into the drive, and the ladies decided to FaceTime Rula. So they FaceTime Rula, and Brian has left. She's at the house. You took her back to bring her to the house while you head to the hospital with your parents instead of just going straight to the hospital. So Rula was like, I'm just trying to figure out how to get to the polo event. The ladies was like, listen, your mother-in-law is most important. This is nothing. So anyway, Joellen gets a text from her friend who knows the mistress. And she said that currently, in real time, while she was reading the text, Brian is trying to see the mistress when he said his mama was in the hospital and his dad took his mom to the hospital. So Liz think that the friend of the mistress is lying. He was like, why would she leave? But the way Liz was saying it, I felt like she was being facetious, low key. That's how I feel. So anyway, everybody get to the event. Kelsey is annoyed at Rosie. Just her presence annoys her. I'm like, girl, you need to fix that. So Joellen is talking about, so Rula and Brian made it back. Joellen is talking about how Brian isn't wearing his ring. Joellen has a picture from the mistress. She wanted to show Joellen. The rest of this show is just basically Joellen trying to speak, speaking about the picture with Brian and supposedly the mistress with wanted to speak to Rula about all of that. So instead of Joellen talking to them, Liz wanted to pull them on the side. But at this point, Brian wanted to leave. So as he was getting ready to leave, Joellen pulled Rula to the side and told her about the picture. And this is what I wanted to say before I end this video. As stated, Joellen has given Rula all the information that she needed. She don't want to believe it. She don't want to deal with it. She's going to deny it. But here is my hope. This is my big old thing. And y'all know I was not going to get off this video until I said this. While you're digging a ditch for for Brian and his mistress, you better have one for your sister and your husband. Okay, while you playing. Okay, because I don't wish nobody downfall. I really, really don't. But what if that came out about you? The same person that's bringing all the information, your skeletons can come falling down and crashing down later while you have your sister washing your nigga drawers. Like, that's all I'm saying. I need you to back just a little. If she want to decide she want to be with this man, let her be with this man. That has nothing to do with you. You done your part. But because you's a messy hoe, you you don't have nothing else going on but to be messy. You keep bringing this stuff and you're helping Brian hurt this lady even further. At first I thought you was being a friend, but now I think you're just being a foe because low key you really don't like Joellen like that. Like you want to be the only one in the circle to be that girl next to Liz. But Rula is really that girl too. She just got a shitty ass husband. That's all. That's all I got, y'all. This episode was good. I tried to give Joellen some grace, but Joellen got to the point where she was a bit annoying because you're doing too much. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. If you want to repair your relationship with Rula, the best thing you do is shut your mouth. Listen. If something comes to you, the fact that you cool with this mistress and the person who know the mistress, I have to side eye you. Cause you ain't shit. And that's why I call you a messy hoe. Okay, I think I said the B word, but that's why I'm gonna call you a messy hoe. Anyway, y'all, that is all I got. Right behind this, you will get Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Okay, and tomorrow I will give y'all 2 more videos. I'm going to try. Again, my apologies for being late. I had to work this weekend. It's just work just been a lot. All right. So with all of that being said, this is your girl Kiwan reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.